Ladies and gentlemen, William Arthur once said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. For this reason, I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to the Lord Almighty for enabling me to be here, the organization, Dr. Judith Ogwedo, my coach, Mr. Ete, my mentors, and my fellow debaters for their support. I stand before you today to affirm the motion that technology is a solution for the world's problems. There is a saying that innovation is the calling card of the future. Thus, my value premise for this debate is amelioration, meaning the act of improvement. My value criterion is exploring the capability of technology to benefit the world. My first contention lies under a major world problem, that is, prevalence of ailments such as HIV and AIDS and malaria. According to the World Health Organization, technology has reduced the mortality of HIV and AIDS and malaria, because for HIV and AIDS we have the introduction of ARVs, and for malaria we have the introduction of medication and also a vaccine known as the RTS vaccine that was launched in 2021. This has cut down mortality for malaria by 36% and AIDS by 43%. My second contention falls under poverty. Technology reduces poverty through job development and economic growth. While poverty exists worldwide, technologically advanced countries have lower poverty rates compared to third world countries. 60% of the world's poor live in sub-Saharan Africa. The introduction of phones in rural Africa is greatly credited for reduce in poverty. This is due to financial technology, which enables people who do not have access to bank accounts to store money securely on their phones. The African economy is reaping the benefits of making its citizens mobile, since the continent gains 0.5% rise in gross domestic profit every time it enables 10% of its population to access technology. My third contention lies under access to food. Advances in agricultural technology, such as precision farming, drip irrigation, and mechanization, have improved agricultural productivity, reduced costs, and enhanced food technology. The possibility of artificial intelligence being used to target programs that provide food assistance are also being considered for use. Furthermore, technology has made it possible for people to live healthy lives because healthy food has become more accessible and more affordable. Technological methods of preserving food, such as freeze-drying, prevent wastage of food. Right here in Kenya, students in Kabarak University in Nakuru County have come up with an innovation whereby grass is converted to flour, which can be used to prepare ugali, which is a staple food in the country. The flour is cheaper than that made of cornmeal. My fourth contention is on security. Technology is being used by various homes and organizations in form of CCTVs, authentic biometrics such as iris scanners and fingerprint scanners, and for protection from various cybercrimes such as hacking. Technology also helps employers monitor the safety of their workers in hazardous conditions using drones and tracking devices. Today, technologically advanced countries, such as the United States of America, have security helplines that one can call if in danger. Artificial intelligence has brought a paradigm shift in security technology. Machine learning algorithms now analyze vast amounts of data to detection and prevention. Artificial intelligence-powered security systems can identify potential risks, predict security breaches, and respond in real time, making them invaluable tools in safeguarding digital assets. My last contention falls under natural disasters. Technology is used to predict calamities such as volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. It enables authorities to secure timely alerts. These alerts enable people to evacuate dangerous areas. Radars, satellites, imaging, and remote sensing give information on the extent of damage, which enables figuring out of where help is needed to organize the resources. Data management and analysis is used to identify areas prone to disasters such as earthquakes, flood, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, and so on. Communication and coordination among various response agencies, organizations, and affected individuals are vital for effective rescues. This is made efficient and fast through technology. IT plays a vital role in establishing reliable communication and networks, including emergency reduced systems, satellite communications, and mobile networks. These technologies enable real-time information sharing, resource coordination, and situated awareness among all stakeholders. This shows us that innovation is a calling card of the future because we see how technology is helping us in solving the world's problems. Thank you so much for your time.
So I happen to have a few issues on some of the facts that you had portrayed. You're talking about ARVs, but I don't get how technology comes in developing the cure for HIV. I don't get how the ARVs are being used in technology. Can you please give me the facts?
So this falls under biomedical engineering, whereby technology...
I did not say you give me biometrical, whatever you're giving me. I said you give me how the technology is being used to develop the ARVs.
I was saying that biomedical engineering combines technology with science and biology to come up, they study forms of the human body, and then they come up with ways that they can suppress this virus in the human body, which is how technology plays a vital role.
Why can't they come with a cure? If technology is so good, why can't they come with a cure?
They're currently working on a cure, and we will have one soon and very soon.
Okay. The next one, you say that technology is the calling card of the future, but as stated by one Albert Einstein, technology has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. People have been using technology to abuse their fellow members. How is technology dealing with that?
I'd like to respond with a quote. Technology depends on how you use it. Now, clearly, the pros of technology surpass the cons. Now, if we simply put measures in place to make sure people use technology responsibly, that will ensure that technology is being used to solve our problems and not to harm other people.
But it's still harming people. Why? Give me facts.
Since that is not... you cannot blame technology. That is the fault of us as human beings. As you said, humanity. You said that. Those are your words. So it is... we are the ones who are using it badly, but if we use technology well, it can do so much more good than it does harm.
Okay, to my next question. You see that in farming systems, mechanizing our farming systems in technology, it has helped the farmers, right?
Yes.
But then in Kenya, as you can see, people are depending on farming systems for employment. But if you say that mechanization is coming in and stepping in farming systems, and people losing their jobs.
People are not losing.
They're losing jobs because there's cases of unemployment.
Kindly allow me to speak. So in mechanization, it makes it more efficient. At the end of the day, there's still people who are using those machines. There's still people who will have to plant those crops. It's not like it will just be run by robots. There are people also still being hired. And also, if we have machines that are doing the work faster, we get more produce, and also we will have people will be able to pay attention to more details to ensure that there are no losses. For example, they'll be able to monitor pests and diseases and things like that. So people will still be employed, and also we'll be getting more produce, which is a win-win situation.
Greetings everyone. I am not from around here and we don't really care about this topic from Mars, but since I'm here, let me share my opinions. What is technology? According to Wikipedia, technology is the application of conceptual knowledge for achieving practical goals, especially in a reproducible way. It can also mean the product resulting from such efforts, including both tangible tools such as utensils or machines, and intangible ones such as software. What's a solution? According to the Oxford Dictionary, solving a problem or a solution is solving a problem or dealing with a difficult situation. What's the world? Also according to the Oxford Dictionary, the world means the earth together with all of its countries and peoples. What's a problem? A problem, also according to the Oxford Dictionary, is a matter or situation regarded as unwelcome or harmful and needing to be dealt with and overcome. Technology has advanced over the years, but as technology continues to advance, it affects us as humans negatively. Technology has put us in a predicament of moral decadence. One Jim Exon, a silvery-haired man with glasses, stood up in Senate and prayed, "Almighty God, Lord of all life, we praise you for the advancements in computerized communications that we enjoy in our time. Sadly, there are those who are littering this information superhighway with obscene, indecent, and destructive pornography. Now, guide the senators when they consider ways of controlling the pollution of computer communications and how to preserve one of our greatest resources, the minds of our children and the future and moral strength of our nation. Amen." As the stone-faced senators watched, Jim Exon held up a blue binder that had held the prevalence of pornography. And he told the senators, "I can't show these in Senate. If you want, you can come for the desk. If you can come for the pictures from my desk." You want to guess what happened? Guess what happened? So technology has eased the access to pornographic materials and topics of interest online. Increased access to the net and other online platforms has resulted in a rapid increase in the number of adolescents who encounter and consume pornographic content. As a result, adolescents' exposure to pornography has been a great concern for parents, teachers, and the general public. Adolescent pornography use has continuously increased over time, and the age of exposure to online pornography has also been getting younger. It's not surprising that you find a 10-year-old watching pornography online, ladies and gentlemen. It's not surprising. The estimates of prevalence rates have varied, but nationally, representative surveys of adolescents in the USA have found out that 68.4% reported exposure. Another found 42% of youth between ages 10 to a 10-year-old and 17 reported viewing online porn. Other prior studies have shown that 19% to 37% of teens reported intentional use, while unintentional pornography used in adolescents range from 35% to 66%. Some national and international studies have found out that although males view porn more than often, it is not uncommon in the female ones. In a sample of 1,000 adolescents, 66% of the males and 39% of the females had watched online pornography. And up to 90, are you getting these numbers? 93% of females had watched online pornography, of which male adolescents were 52% between 16 and 19 in Germany, and reported watching movies with pornographic material online. So how is technology helping us as youths if it's leading to moral decadence? On to my second contention, in education. According to research among the 10 negative effects of technology on students and learning, it's revealed that 90% of students spend most of their time on social media instead of learning. I am a victim, personally. In discussing this trend, one Mr. Olalua, a student of Griffin College, Dublin, said that technology is quite impactful on education, but its negativity is really affecting the younger ones. Technology makes students waste their time on using the electronic gadgets rather than studying. As I said, I'm a victim. Yesterday I tried doing a research, but then I could not help because I was tempted to check my Instagram messages. Based on the study by Glass and Kang 2018, published in the journal Educational Psychology, allowing students to use smartphones and other gadgets during lectures didn't make students' learning lower than before, but they did get a score at least 5% lower in the end of term exam. Likewise, students who didn't use it but were distracted by the same, so it's also bringing distraction by the surrounding activity. In fact, number of adolescents reading is dropping. Instead of using print media, people have opted to use social media. They make use of social media, and that's why the rate of internet usage has increased by 75% for the grade 10 students. In Kenya, those are the Form 2 students. 68% in grade 8. I hope everyone is familiar with the grade 8 students. And grade 12 students, in Kenya, these are supposed to be the Form 4s, the ones who are doing the KCSE, the ones who are the future for tomorrow, who read books, depreciated by 60% in the year 1970s to 16% of students by 2016. So what does that state? The students have turned to social media and forgot that the basics of studying. So they have become
When you began, you said where you come from, you don't care about this technology from Mars, yet you use it every day. While you were preparing for this debate, you were on your phone, researching. So if technology is so bad, why do you use it?
I said I used technology, but I also said I was distracted.
If it's bad, why are you using something that you know is bad?
I use it because I need it, but I still get distracted. I never say technology is bad. I never say technology is bad. I say that technology is leading to. I never said it's bad. I said it's leading to. So please get the adjectives correct.
Next question. You spoke about technology not helping the youth. What about online learning? What about youth who are able to get opportunities abroad because of scholarships that they learned about on the internet?
Again, on online learning, I said one gets distracted.
That is not the case for all students. For example, there are people who do not have the funds to go and study abroad. They're able to study here in the country because they're able to talk to their professors who are in other countries. That is a benefit, is it not? That is helping to build the world in our country.
It is, but as you've said, not everyone has the access to technology. Not everyone has the access to technology. You have said it yourself.
I did not say not everyone has access to technology, but in this age, for example, someone who does not have a phone, you can go to a cyber. Is that correct?
But not everyone is financially stable to go to a cyber.
A cyber is not that expensive. Plus, in the next few years, for example, you've heard about the Starlink program, right? A satellite that will give us internet all over the world in a few years. So wouldn't that be accessible to people?
It will be accessible to people, but what is being offered in the internet? We are having hackers, and let me finish. We're having hackers, we're having pornographic material online. Why can't you see that?
Thank you so much. And that's good for pornographic material. Right now, if I was to take my phone, go somewhere like on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok and post some material like that, it will get flagged, right? Because there are community guidelines which I have violated. Is that correct?
Well.
So there
at a time in December last year, there was a case of a leaked pornographic material on Instagram. If you remember, yes, but it was still leaked online.
It got removed in the shortest time possible with extreme urgency.
After 1 week in the shortest time possible.
So that 1 week is actually not sufficient because they moved it as soon as they could.
1 week. How many people had viewed the video? How many teenagers had been affected by viewing the video?
The point is the algorithm was efficient. Notice that there was a problem and took it down. Technology was so bad, it would still be up as we speak. Anyway, moving on to my next question. You speak about time wastage and you say it's not impactful. What about people who use visual learning in school? What about people who use, for example, I have physics and geography students who use technology in class to see what we're talking about, to see the machines we're learning about? Is that not helpful?
I never say it's a time wastage. I'm
You
also a
did,
physics and
you said,
geography
you-
student.
that's-
I never say it's a time wastage.
So my opponent says that technology is not helping the youth. That is not true because as technology becomes more advanced, we the youth have access to so much more helpful information, educational information. Look at countries that have the leading education systems. They all use the internet, they all use technology for hands-on learning for their students. And my opponent also talked about time wastage. There are applications, there are settings on your phone, on your device. If you want a certain amount of screen time, let's say 2 hours, you can put that setting on your phone, and after the 2 hours are done, you will not be able to use your phone again. Apps such as Instagram also have a mode known as sleep time. So once it reaches the time you're supposed to go to sleep, you can no longer access that app. So clearly, perhaps she doesn't know how to use her phone, I don't know. Anyway, she also talked about moral decadence. Apps such as YouTube, back in 2019, the CEO added safety measures. I think you're all familiar with the fact that there are YouTube Kids. There's a version of YouTube called YouTube Kids. So children can use the internet safely and avoid this problematic material that they might encounter elsewhere. Then technology is also being used. She talked about pornographic content being created. Technology is being used to track down the people who make this content. For example, those who perhaps use people who are not consenting. They're able to track down these traffickers and arrest them thanks to technology. She also talked about not using technology. That's clearly a lie. I don't know. Perhaps she wants us to stop using these cameras we're using now, these microphones, these cars, and just walk back to wherever we came from. I don't know what her logic is. Then technology is also technology also still helps in the very same education sector because you're able to benchmark with students not just in the country but abroad. Because, for example, maybe there's a certain concept that I in Kenya will not be able to have good access to. I can perhaps alliance with someone who is in a different country, perhaps Japan, and we can come together and share and come up with innovations that will help our country. For example, I think you remember during COVID period, there were these students who came up, there was a shortage of ventilators because so many people were sick. These students came together and came up with, they made ventilation, those devices using bottles of water. Clearly, if there was no technology for them to do their research, for them to come together and brainstorm, they would not have come up with this innovation to help us. Then she also talked about moral decadence. So apart from there being sites to help you avoid such content, there are also religious people also use social media to spread their message. There's so many people who have whichever religion, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, they have all grown spiritually thanks to people they fellowship with on the internet. So clearly, the pros here are outweighing the cons. Then she also talked about people, in terms of people being exposed. That is not the fault of technology. That lies with us humans. It is the fault of capitalists who care more about making money than about protecting the interest of the public. If you were to have algorithms that are not affected by greed, that are not money-minded, the algorithms do what they're programmed to do. If you say that there will be no explicit content, there will be no explicit content. So clearly, technology is a solution to that problem. Thank you so much.
My opponent said that tracking devices have been developed, but I think sometimes using tracking devices, is a form of a. No, she said something about medicine. We're talking about ARVs, but I really don't get how technology comes in, because nowadays, thanks to the technology, we have screens and computers, and our lives have actually been centered in them, that these computers produce the blue light, and this blue light affects our eyes, and that's why you find that most people nowadays have switched to wearing specs to prevent the blue light effect to their eyes. But still, the computer screens are great danger to our health. You say that technology is a solution to the world's problem, but the technology is still the one creating the problems that we're looking for the solutions for. Explosions that lead to tsunami waves in the ocean and lead to volcanic eruptions are caused by technological equipment. When one is drilling oil, they use explosives. Explosives are developed technologically. And these are the same things that lead to the explosions and the tsunamis and the volcanic eruptions, other than those ones which are created naturally. So the technology that is being developed is also leading to some problems. On technology, she also said that it's helping in the farming systems. I really want to disagree with that, because in as much as they're creating innovations to help with the farming systems, they're also using the same technology to create disease-resistant crops, of which they don't have nutritional value to the human body, and you can't even replant them again because they can't produce. So I really don't get how technology is a solution to the world's problem. As said by the one Abhijit Naskar, machines are becoming more and more comfort-centric rather than solution-centric. It's not artificial intelligence, it's artificial paralysis. People have become dependent on technology. They have forgotten nowadays people just sit on their couches lazily from morning till evening. They have added weight, becoming obese. So it's really becoming a paralysis. Albert Einstein said, "For the day that technology will surpass the human interaction, the world will be a generation of idiots." And that is what has happened. In as much as technology is helping the youth, they have become dependent to it, such that they can no longer think for themselves. For example, use ChatGPT. University students, they're late to submit their work. But since they don't want to struggle, they just go online and use ChatGPT and they get their work done. So we are raising lazy people other than raising independent people in the future. In Kenya, other than using technology for the right purpose, most of the youth are turning into social influencers. If they use the technology to develop something else that will be useful for the future, but instead they're misusing the technology. So I really don't get how that is a solution. In conclusion, my value today was responsibility. If we all take responsibility and stand out for these problems that are being caused by the technology that affects us as human beings, maybe it can be a solution, but it cannot be a solution to the world's problems, because it's the same technology that is causing these solutions, as we have seen. The same technology has caused eye strains to men. So how is that a solution? The same technology is causing people to lose their jobs. How is that a solution? So instead of technology being a solution, it's actually creating the problems. Okay.
So my opponent said that technology is not helping in medicine. As I said earlier, technology, our machines are being used, for example, in cancer. Technology is used to study these cancer cells so that they can find a way to come up with a treatment that will be effective for the person suffering from cancer. Then in natural calamities, for example, those tsunamis, if there was no technology, for example, if we could not use helicopters, we could not use tracking devices, how would we, first of all, predict that these calamities are about to happen, and how would we save those people? Not using technology would lead to more fatalities, would lead to more death. So clearly we cannot just brush off technology. And then she talked about agriculture. First of all, using technology for agriculture will lead to more yield. So clearly it is a benefit in agriculture. It will help combat a lot of pests and diseases and so on. Then she talked about, I think she referred to GMOs, which the World Health Organization confirmed that GMOs have no negative impact on the human body. In fact, with some plants such as soy, the modified soy has more beneficial or nutritional oil compared to the natural soy. So clearly, this is another benefit. And then she talked about obesity. So technology is being used to spread awareness on matters such as this, on well-being. So people are able to get support systems online so that they can start to live healthier lifestyles. You can access healthy recipes online. You can learn about nutrition online. That way you're able to be more healthy. And then she also talked about people depending on technology. Clearly the people who benefit from technology, such as university students, some use them for genuine research. The way we're using technology for research for this debate, showing that technology is a solution, so technology is beneficial. And she also, and clearly, I remember before we closed, we had a speaker whose name was Bobby, and he was telling us about how he never had access to an education. So everything he knows, he learned online, and he learned complex courses that some people who are in school currently would not be able to do. He took up quantum physics and things of that sort, and he was able to become perhaps even more learned than someone who was in a physical institution. So technology was a solution here to his inability to go to school. Then she also talked about young people becoming social influencers. I don't know why this career bothers her so much. After all, the person is earning money, lifting the economy. Is it not helping the world? And then I think it is unjustified to discredit a career or a job that someone does simply because it is not a STEM career like medicine or engineering, because at the end of the day, these people are still having an impact on the world. So yes, that is why I think technology is a solution to the world's problems. Thank you so much.